Alright, what is up YouTube? We are back and this is going to be episode 2 of our series of just how to be a better player at Rainbow Six Siege. Sticking to the defense again, I had a couple more things I wanted to go over, maybe a couple more advanced things too, but we're going to jump right in. Hopefully this is not going to be super long. It's just a couple of things again that I noticed. First of all, if you have the option Nitro Cell, always take the Nitro Cell. Barbed wire is an excellent second choice.
Need to protect the biohazard
I would personally not take the deployable shield. It's not as useful as it used to be. It's still a valid option, it's just not the best. So we're back here in Hereford base. We went over which walls to reinforce. Again, it's just my opinion, but which walls to reinforce last time. This time what I wanted to start off with is trap operators. There's two main ones. There's one in the base game, which is Kapkan, which we have right here. And one of the first DLCs that came out introduced Frost, which was a different kind of
10
trap.
seconds.
I have two theories in how to use
5
the
seconds
traps.
to insertion.
And it'll depend on the opposite team, it'll depend on my
Op 4
team,
hasn't
it'll
found the
depend on if I'm
biohazard
playing
container.
casual
They will
or if I'm
attempt to locate
playing
it during the assault.
an actual ranked game. The best bet, in my opinion, on how to use traps is to place them to force the enemy to take a little bit, just that little bit of extra time to get into the objective. So personally, Kapkan, what I would do is I would place one right here. Why with the thing on the other side? Because if you put it right there, they can just easily shoot it and then come in. Whereas if you put it right there, they are going to have to very much expose themselves to the entire room, as you can see there, to be able to shoot it out. I would put one there, and because there's only two main doors into here, I would put another one here. And then I'm in a little bit of two minds, but usually what I would probably end up doing is either right here would be a valid option, or another place a lot of people like to come in is right here in this room. Now that's my first idea of where you should place them. This I would do if the other team actually knows what they're doing. There's no real point in putting them in random places. If they know what they're doing, they know what they're looking for. This placement right here, like I said, they will have to come down, they have to go through this entire room, clear this, and then if they still are alive, they would have to come up to this door, and again, they might notice the laser. If they don't, boom, easy kill, you just got to kill for nothing. If they do notice it, again, they're going to have to expose themselves, shoot it. If you don't spot him when he exposes himself, you will definitely hear the shot, and that will give you some kind of clue that, hey, someone's coming in. And again, it just slows them down that little bit. Same thing for the other side. Less useful on these big doors, but again, still they would see even if it doesn't kill them, I don't think it would kill them if they come in right at the edge. You would still get the explosion, you would still get the Q. And again, they would have to come all the way over here to be able to shoot it before they go in. Secondly, what I find doing it on the objective room like this, which will often happen, is they've got 15 seconds left. They have to get in to secure the objective. They get a little bit less careful, and what will often happen is they will just run in, explode, you get an easy kill. Now my second theory, if you're playing with a team that is not as good, and this is also a valid tactic, it's probably a good idea to mix stuff up too, is I will go and I will put them in really random places. Like, for example, put one right here. Most people aren't going to expect it. It's not an objective room. If they come in through here, they might just easily. That I would use again against a team that's kind of not too sure what they're doing. They're kind of stumbling around. You'll get a couple of extra random kills right at the start as they're coming in, and it just makes your team's job that much easier. Now, same exact logic with Frost. I would put one in that door. I would put one maybe more over here on the black just to hide it a bit more, or right in the door. It doesn't matter. Again, what you're mainly looking for is either one, they're not going to be paying attention and you get an easy kill, Or 2, you're just slowing them down enough or giving yourself enough of an audio cue to know someone is coming into the objective room. So that is it for trap operators, and that's just my opinion. It's what I found works. You're not going to get a lot of kills with the traps, but again, it is just that extra thing of you get that extra audio cue of someone's about to come into the objective. Alright, so next thing, and a bit more of an advanced-ish tip. I'm not going to go over all the possible locations that are good for Valkyrie cams. This is just some general tips and tricks, general ideas. Now, where should you place your Valk cams? Obviously, not right here. You've already got a camera that's going to cover these stairs and this entire hall. There's still no point in putting one, in my opinion, anywhere over here. You can still spot people with that cam. One trick
10 seconds.
that is going to be very useful, and I'm not going to take credit for this one. I don't remember where I saw this, but get creative.
Found the biohazard container. They will attempt to locate it during the assault.
Doing stuff like this will allow you to view both of these entire rooms, which are both highly trafficked area. They're both good entry points that a lot of people are going to come into. Now, this wasn't a perfect throw. Technically, I would have liked to get it right in the middle of this wall here. I threw it a bit too far in. Doesn't really matter. I can still clearly see both rooms. You want to get a little bit creative. It's not something that people are going to be looking for as they come in through here. They're going to be paying more attention to if anyone is looking at them through the halls, if anyone is hiding over here. They're not really going to be paying attention to that camera. And then same if they end up coming in through these windows. They might notice that that wall is broken. If you have a friend that's got impact nades, it'll make a smaller hole. Or you could have just really shot it. I just wanted to make it very clear. Again, so if you make a much smaller hole, if they come in here, they're going to be much more focused on, is anyone there? Oh shit, the objective is right there. And same thing for through this window. They're going to check here. Is there anyone there? No. Okay. Most people are not going to check that, and you're going to have a nice view of both sections. Again, I'm not going over all the possible cam locations, but the main tips is get creative and kind of don't put it somewhere where there's already a camera that's looking. A lot of people will throw them outside. That's valid. The only thing I would say for that is know your maps, and the thing too is you are going to have to think. You can't throw it out until the match starts. If you try to throw it out, and I've seen a couple of people do this, when you pull this out at the start, it's going to be a red wall. If you throw a cam, you lost that cam, it's broken, it's gone kaput. What I would suggest is maybe load up a custom game like I did with a very, very long timer. Go outside, look around, figure out where all the cams are. There's one right there that's going to look through all of this. And then decide where you think would be logical to put a cam. Maybe you'd like to put one right there. Well, if I want to put one right there, I can probably throw it from up here. Okay, well, let's go see exactly where this would be. You can't repel as a defender, obviously. Forgot there for a second. So you would shoot out the window like I did, and then just kind of trying to remember where it was. So it's not here. It is probably this one right here. So you can practice your cam placements. So I would like to place one right there, and then just check it. That, personally, to me, is a decent view. A lot of people are going to spawn back there. It's a good view. A lot of people aren't going to be looking at it, looking for the cam again. Map knowledge, like I said, load up a custom game, practice, get your map knowledge down. Which leads me to my next point, map knowledge. Not even just for the Valk cams, obviously this was just an example for that, but just general. If you play a map, and even some of the maps I've been playing since the game has come out, and some of them I still get confused. Favela is a great one for that for me, for just getting completely lost. Load up a custom game, walk around it, figure out how to get to the objective, figure out where the spawn locations are, if you can remember, as attacker or defense, and just move around and see if you can figure out how to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible. Learn where all the traps are. Learn where all the breakable walls are that are actually useful and helpful. There's an objective in here. Breaking this wall will bring you in here, breaking that wall, so forth, so on. Map knowledge, map knowledge, map knowledge. Alright, so we're back, and we're going to end this with a little bit of Mute gameplay here. Mute is a very good operator. You just have to know what you're doing and how to use him properly. Mute, and I think I might have gone over this quickly last time, but we're going to do a little bit of a Mute part 2 because he's one of my favorite operators, and I still see way too many people not playing him correctly. So, Mute, what you want to do is place your mute devices to stop the enemy from breaking in. I guess they might have patched this.
Hostage location secure.
Okay, so one location that is not thought of too often is up here. And this will actually stop drones as they come in through the main hall. But more importantly, you probably can want to place one right about here, which will stop people from blowing that trap. There are a lot of Mute kind of workarounds for blocking traps from above. Depending on the map, you just have to experiment and know them. Some I haven't found ways to do much about yet. For example, the trap back here, I don't think there's much we can do about. I think even if you can manage to get one on here, I don't think you are close enough to that trap to do much about it. But there you go. Now, another very important part, and kind of goes with the map knowledge again, is knowing how to defend an objective without having to be sitting directly in the objective. One very popular way to defend archives, you can camp out here and defend people from coming from this kitchen, coming from down the stairs and trying to get down this hallway, so forth, so on. Your friend tells you someone's coming into archives. Well, easily enough, you can just turn around, and from here you've got a nice view of the cupboard there, but also people coming through the main door. You can see my bullet holes here. So you've got a view of this door from right there. And most people coming in are not going to be checking. They're going to be more worried about people hiding in there, people hiding behind these, people hiding right here. So they might get a quick peek of you, but they're mostly going to be looking for that, not that. So this is just an example for this objective, but most of the objectives have ways to easily defend without being directly in the objective. You can also, I believe, blow this wall out for easier access. So I'm defending here. Oh, someone's coming. Okay, well, there you go. But there you go.
15 seconds left.
Just my second batch of tips and tricks. I think I'm going to do another video for attackers. If you guys are interested, leave some likes, leave some comments, and I will keep these going. Hopefully this is helping someone. Anyway, have a good night, guys.